All right, ladies and gentlemen, another important topic. Educational credential assessment is one of the important milestone in your entire journey for PR because all non-Canadian education obtained from anywhere of the any country of this world needs to have an assessment report which is called ECA, Educational Credential Assessment. Even if you graduated from a top-rated US university, you'll have to go through the same process. Beginners, you would usually ask where we should go and have our educational credential assessment done, because in order to get into the pool you need three documents, namely your ECA, educational credential assessment. Secondly, you need to have IELTS general. Thirdly, you need to have your ID document, which is usually passport. Without these three documents, you cannot enter the pool. So people who achieve this ECA thing in an amicable manner, in a shortest possible time, and which is acceptable later on when they file PR application, is a very crucial step that you one must be taking. Numerous times we have encountered that people would work in isolation and put their money, time, and effort and would get a report which is not acceptable as per PR standard. So the question is, if you have a certain profession where you should be getting your ECA done. In today's video, I would be telling you what are the don'ts that you should not be doing while having your educational credential assessment done. Number one, if you are a physician and your experience, if you have a medical background, if you have done MBBS and you have a medical degree and your work experience is that of a physician, that means it is a must for you to have your ECA done from Medical Council of Canada, not from anyone else. If you would go and create an account with West World Education Services, they would not say no. Though West itself has put up in a bold letter on its website that we don't do the ECA for medicine, for doctor, for physician. Nevertheless, if you go to them as a customer and submit a request, pay the fee, they would give you the report. But mind it, if you are a physician and you have a medical background, if you have an MBBS degree and you've been working, you want to claim your work experience as a physician and you are a primary applicant, then you should not be using any other ECA authority except for Medical Council of Canada. Number two, if you are a pharmacist and your NSC code is 3131 and you are going to claim your work experience as a pharmacist, then it is a must for you. Do not send your degree to any other ECA authority, namely CES, IQS, WES, ICES, and whatever, but to PEBC only, because Pharmacy Examination Board is the only authority if you are going to claim your work experience as a pharmacist and you had B Pharmacy or Doctor of Pharmacy degree. So being a pharmacist, be very careful. However, one point of caution: if you are a dependent and you are not a main applicant, you can have your assessment done from CES. That would be acceptable. But if you are a pharmacist and your NSC code is 3131 and if your degree, if you do get your educational done from anywhere else, that you would not be able to get a mastery equivalence. But in my opinion, if you are dependent and if you are dependent in a PR application and you are a pharmacist, you can have it send it to CES. Number three, if you have a pharmacy background but you never worked as a pharmacist, or the experience that you are going to claim in your PR application is not that of a pharmacist but of a teacher, but of maybe a policy maker, maybe somebody who is into marketing, corporate sales, and other professions, then you can have your ECA done from other ECA authority, like namely CES. That would also be acceptable. But for 3131 as a primary applicant, it is a must for you to send your degree to PEBC only. Okay, another don't: do not send your high school educational credential, which is in some countries called intermediate. Do not send your intermediate document to WES. The requirement is that you will have to send your bachelor's and master so that you can get best possible result. Because see, you know that educational credential assessment, if done properly, means a lot. If educational authorities would give you bachelor's equivalence rather than a master equivalence as per Canadian standard, your score as a primary applicant would substantially be low. For example, if you are a doctor of pharmacy, for example, if you are a physician by profession, if you have your assessment done from WES, you would not get master equivalence. Even if you do, your report would not be accepted. Thirdly, if you are using IQAS for your ECA, that means do not send your attested document after national verification, which in Pakistan is Higher Education Commission. If you have got your document attested, do not send these documents physically. Rather, you should be scanning your degree and transcript for both levels. For example, bachelor's, master's, PhD and onward. For example, if you are going to have all your 3 level of degree assessed, that means degree and transcript of bachelor's, degree and transcript of master's, degree and transcript of your PhD would be attested, scanned from both sides, and would be uploaded to IQS portal as a single file, rather than you don't need to send it to them. Okay, another don't. If you are an ACCA, you should go for WES only, and do not only send your ACCA membership, also send your advanced diploma in accounting. Also send, don't forget to send your ACCA membership along with BSc. If you have done BSc from Oxford Brookes University, you are supposed to send that, because by sending this combination, you would be able to claim assessment of 2 or more degree, which we normally call TOM. So with TOM, if I compare TOM with bachelor's only degree, that means you would be claiming 33 more points. You need to check CRS score, that how much difference does it make in your case if you are only able to get assessment of bachelor's versus TOM, 2 or more degree. That is a very important point. Okay, do not send, if you are applying as a couple and have chosen WES or CES, do not send your envelope separately. For example, husband and wife have got their credential attested in a sealed envelope, so don't need to send them separately. You can save on courier cost, which in many countries are much higher. For international courier expensive, what you can do, 2 sealed envelope with unique ECA reference number, which you obtain after making the payment. In some cases, you would put 2 sealed envelope in a large envelope, clearly addressed to CES or WES, with smaller envelope inside, so that you can send it to WES or CES and have your credential assessment done. Thereby, you would be saving your cost on postage on courier. Another don't is, if your target is to get your assessment done for Saskatchewan nomination program, it is a must for you that you should send everything post-secondary. That means your bachelor's, master, MPhil, PhD. Send everything to the chosen ECA authority, whether it's WES, whether it's IQS, and anything, because Saskatchewan is a unique province. It wants all your educational assessment to be done, which is post-secondary and which is non-Canadian. Another important topic is that while if you have 2 years bachelor's followed by 2 years of Master of Business Administration, that means MBA, do not send this to any other authority except for CES, and only send your master degree. Okay, what to do in this case? If you have 2 years bachelor's followed by 2 years MBA, but you want to aim SINP, in that case, I would suggest you to have your master equivalence done from CES and send this 2 years BCom separately to WES. By doing that, you would be able to claim points for both, because you would be meeting requirement of SINP, which says that all your post-secondary non-Canadian education have to be assessed by a designated institution. That means 2 years bachelor's is assessed by WES, for example, and you will get 2 years diploma, and which meets the requirement. And here you would be able to claim maximum CRS points for SINP grade, maximum CRS, maximum point for SINP grade, and maximum CRS point if you want to apply through SINP express entry subcategory. I would repeat, if you have 2-year bachelor's followed by 2 years MBA, send MBA to CES, send BCom to WES. If you combine both of them, you would be able to claim on one hand highest CRS point for express entry pool, and by having this BCom assist, you would be able to claim points for your SINP application. So these are the things. And if you have, lastly, if you have multiple 2 years degree, for example 2 years bachelor, 2 years MSc, 2 years BSc, 2 years MSc, 1 year MPhil and another things, send all of your degree. Do not send any of these degree to anywhere else except for WES. World Education Service is expected to give the equivalence of multiple degrees if you have more than 2 degrees which are 2-year duration each. So these are the don'ts that you need to take care. I would say for last couple of days I have been observing that people have been working in silence, in isolation, and having their ECA done without asking anybody, without following the protocol. The result is they would be wasting their money, they would be wasting their time and effort, and they would not be able to get into the pool in a timely fashion. I hope the entire conversation helps you to choose what kind of ECA needs to be taken care of. One important aspect that I had forgot to cover: engineers are at liberty to choose any ECA. Dentists have the liberty to choose any ECA. Lawyers, if you are a lawyer and if you have a LLB plus BA, send this combination to WES to get the equivalence of professional degree. If you are a dentist and your university is listed with WES, you can send it to WES to get equivalence of professional degree. If you are an engineer and if you have done 4 years bachelor's followed by 2 years of master, in most cases WES would give you a master equivalence. If you have any doubt, please check the previous post in Canadian Express Secretary Pakistan chapter to find out that your senior from same university with the same combination, what kind of equivalence they have been getting from WES, or where to send their degree to claim maximum point. That means dentists, lawyers and engineers, they don't have to worry about the selection of ECA. It is pretty much easier for them. And if you have only 4 years of degree, that means 4 years bachelor's, you also the choice selection is very easier for you, because no matter which ECA you choose, you are going to get equivalence of 4 years of bachelor from Canadian perspective. So as to the best of my memory, I tried my best to cover all the possible ECA outcomes, and depending on your profession, depending on your educational background, and to claim maximum CRS point and to claim maximum SINP point and meet SINP requirement. I hope it would benefit you. If I forgot to cover any combination of degrees, please leave a comment and I would be able to get back to you. Thank you. See you in Canada.